Hello, today I'm here with bagpiper Rob Lynn on the grounds of the beautiful Daly Mansion in Hamilton, Montana. Rob, tell us a little bit about yourself and why we are here.
Thanks, Shelley. As Shelley said, my name's Rob Lynn, and I'm the piping and drumming coordinator and pipe band coordinator for the Bitterroot Celtic Games and Gathering, which would normally be held right here at the Daly Mansion every third weekend of August. Unfortunately, this year, because of coronavirus, we're not going to be able to actually hold the games live. And so I've been asked to talk a little bit about the bagpipes and their history and how they're made, and then I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit afterwards when we're done with that.
So that's great, Rob. So do tell us a little bit about the pipes that you play and what are the parts of the instruments?
Okay, basically there are four parts to the bagpipe. The four parts are the bag, obviously. That's this part. It's a leather bag in my case. Sometimes they're made out of Gore-Tex and covered with fabric for decorative reasons. The second part is the blowpipe, and that's used to blow air into the bag. There's a valve in here that keeps the air from coming back into my mouth. And then there are three what are called drones, and that creates that sort of distinctive hum that you hear in the back of when a bagpiper is playing in the background. And then the fourth part, and probably the most important part, is the chanter, which is this part. That's the part that hangs down off of the front of the bagpipe. And that is where the melody comes from. We have 9 notes on the chanter, and we just use those 9 notes in different ways to get different sounds and different types of music.
Wonderful, thank you for that. Can you give us a brief history of the bagpipes?
Sure. A lot of people think that bagpipes were brought to Scotland by the Roman legions. I'm not 100% sure about that. There may be some truth to it, but the bagpipes were a much earlier instrument than that. They developed out of the Middle East from an instrument called the sharm, which was essentially the chanter, which is our melody portion, which was a pipe with holes in it and a reed that allowed a player to play different types of music. They came in through probably Macedonia, into Europe through Macedonia, where a bag was added. Or the bag may have already been added before then, but that's not important. And were used typically by shepherds and minstrels for playing music for the people or just for themselves when they were up in the mountains herding the sheep. Those spread throughout Europe and developed in different ways in different places. The bagpipe, there are bagpipes in Germany called dudelsacs, there are zampognas in Italy, gaitas in Spain, and various other types of instruments. The bagpipe that you see here is the Great Highland bagpipe, which didn't really develop until about the 16th century, or maybe 17th century in northern Scotland, and is by far the loudest of those instruments. It's come to be associated with the British Army, but the British Army didn't really even allow them until about the beginning of the 19th century.
Great. So if people want to know more about bagpiping and getting more involved, what would you say they should do?
Well, they can call me or contact me. I'd suggest contacting me through my band's Facebook page or through CelticDragonPipeBand.com. That's my band in Missoula, and we can go from there. I can either, if you want to learn to play, set you up with lessons, or if you are just looking for some more information, I'd be happy to help.
That's great. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Well, thanks, and I really want to appreciate being able to come out and talk a little bit about this instrument. I've been playing them since I was 9 years old, on and off, and have been playing seriously now since about 2009, and it's just something that I really care about, and I really miss not being able to play for the public this year. It's been very tough.
Okay. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay.